welcome to Car Talk, where we talk in the car. We have Mimi here, and we have P in the back seat because I like to sit in the front. And I just ate chocolate.
Nothing much. I just decided to come a little early at your school with the umbrellas because it's raining today, and pick you girls up, and I'm glad you're enjoying that chocolate. But that's what grandmas are for, to spoil you kids. On our way to your house, we're going to pick up your suitcases, and you're spending the weekend with me.
Well, the night.
For the night,
And the day.
right. And then tomorrow you'll go back home.
Wait, can I take a moment to acknowledge this awesome Pirates Booty piece?
Okay.
Look at this piece of Pirates Booty. Look at that.
Oh, yes, and I gave them pirate booty for snack, too.
Do you have any interesting stories to tell?
Well, let me think. It wasn't a very exciting week, was it?
Well, when I went down to Florida, I went to Okefenokee Swamp.
You went to Florida this week?
Well, we're talking
No,
about this week. He
Okefenokee.
can't hear. He doesn't have his hearing aid.
I
Do
went
you
to
have your hearing aid?
Okefenokee
on?
Swamp.
We don't care about Okefenokee. We're talking about
I
what you
went
did. What
in
you
a
did
boat,
today, this week.
And I saw an alligator
Oh, Lord.
sunning
He went to
on the shore.
Okefenokee 15 years ago. He can't hear. That's excuse
No, a
him.
lot longer than that.
Well, we wanted to know what you did this week. Exciting, not
Probably 30
Okefenokee.
years ago.
He still can't hear me. Oh, Lord. All right. Yeah, well.
And then, let's see, I went mountain climbing, and I went up to Mount Catardhan in Maine.
He did very dangerous things.
Yeah,
That's
I did.
because I didn't know about him, or otherwise I would have said, "You're not going, Pete."
And then I flew an airplane, and when I was young, before
Right.
I met Mimi,
When he had money, because it
When
cost
I
like
had money for
$150 an
lessons.
hour for lessons. And when he got married, I needed rugs and pots and pans, and I said, "Well, no, there goes your hobby. It's me or the airplane."
Right.
He picked me.
I did.
Do you regret picking me over
No,
the airplane?
I
No.
don't regret
I know.
picking you.
I
I
don't
know.
blame you.
You don't blame me.
Well, really? I mean, you got the prize, right? Aren't I a
That's
nice
a
prize? I'm not a booby prize, am I?
I went to Malaysia
Well, I
for
want you
6
to answer
months.
that question. Am I a booby prize or what? What is this that you're not answering me?
No, you're not the booby prize.
Right. Okay, so you gave up your airplane flying for me. That's a beautiful love story.
Hurry.
Well, tell them about how we met and what you thought of me and what I thought of you.
I met Mimi because of my cousin Richard, and we went out, and he said we went to a dance club, and Mimi came in with her girlfriends, and she was wearing a spotted leopard top.
And you still remember this?
Yes.
How?
Because
Yeah.
I was beautiful and
What
so
do you mean,
cute.
how?
I was
I
a
don't have all
size
my
12,
memory gone.
little hips, and I was swaying on
Little
the dance
hips.
stage, and I was shaking my booty.
And she didn't even spend 5 minutes with me.
Why?
She
I didn't.
went
Oh,
off
right.
with her girlfriends.
Oh.
And I didn't even get a chance.
I said, "Hi, bye-bye," yeah. And then he
So-
said, then the next time he called me on the phone to ask me for a date. And I said yes. And I was kind of, the first time he saw me with my girlfriends, I was kind of wild. So he says, "I don't know if I want to go out with her." But then
Right.
when I went out with him alone, I was a perfect little lady. I was
Yes.
really
We had
quiet.
dinner, and we went dancing,
Right.
and I kind of liked her.
I liked it because he took me to a nice fancy place with a nice meal, and I had a nice little drink, and then he opened the door for me. He was a perfect gentleman. And I said,
Right.
this is nice. He gave me the
That was
queen
a long
treatment.
time ago.
You still open the door for me.
Tell
You
about-
still hold my
Tell
hand.
about the time you broke your toe.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, the first year was kind of, I was 19, he was 23, so we grew up in our marriage. And we fought a lot the first year. Every weekend was a big fight because over silly, stupid things, like you didn't wash your glass in the sink or silly things like that. And or you're not paying attention to me because you're reading, and I told you, you don't love me anymore. And so we'd fight and everything. But he never, then I didn't know when to stop with my complaining. And he never hit me, but he used to punch things. So yeah, and he punched a hole in the
but not
wall.
her.
When never me. But I mean, he'd get so frustrated because I wouldn't shut up. Well, are you gonna say you're sorry? Are you gonna say you're sorry? You know? And he goes, no, I'm not. Boom! He put a hole in the wall, and then he broke. Then he had to fix the hole in the wall. Then he put he did a karate chop to our TV trays, and they folded up, and then we had to throw them out. And then he got mad at me. We were in the car once, and he slammed the car door, and the car window broke, and that cost like $75. It got very expensive. So then he learned later on that he should just not. He should go in the room and cool off, and not punch things out. And so then.
So I got mad at her one day, and we were in the kitchen, and I got so mad at her, I kicked the kitchen cabinet, and I broke my toe. And I didn't realize I broke it until later on when my foot swelled up, my toe swelled up. I couldn't get my shoe on. So then I had to go to the emergency room in the hospital. But I don't remember what I wore on my foot. I think maybe a slipper or sock or something. And it was all swollen.
Yeah, and then that was the place that Mimi worked.
Right.
Yeah.
And I said to him, he's called up and he says, my toe. I said, well, you have to have it checked by the doctor. Maybe you need a cast. I said, but if you come to the hospital and tell him you got mad at me and kicked the kitchen cabinet, I work here. I'll be so embarrassed. I said, you better tell him something else. So he made up this story that he dropped a hammer on his foot. But the doctor didn't believe it because it was a spiral fracture. And the doctor was going, are you sure that's how you broke your toe? I
lied and I said, yeah, that's the way.
And then
So
I felt so guilty. They called me and to see my husband down in the emergency room. I went down there, and here he was, a grown man. They didn't have a wheelchair for him, but just a pediatric wheelchair. So here he was, this big Frank in this little chair. And then I felt so guilty. It was the middle of winter, and he had to go to work because he couldn't get a shoe or slipper on. He had to go with a baggie over his foot every day.
So now I'm gonna do a fast motion of the road. So watch it.
I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Yeah, and now all I see is you with fresh eyes, appreciation. Well, it comes and it goes, but I ride that way with you. It's human nature to miss what's under your nose till you remind a fool. Maybe all of this is simple. My heart's unconditional, yeah.
So we are currently in the parking lot of Big Y because we have to get P. P needed his medicine, so we're just waiting. Sing it. We don't talk anymore. We don't laugh anymore.
We don't text anymore.
Used to do. You go.
We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. We don't laugh anymore.
We laugh a lot.
Like we used to do. What are you gonna do?
What?
Well, I'm not gonna sing it. I'm just gonna say that I think that man that doesn't laugh anymore because his girl left him, he should get another girl and start laughing again. Because life is too short. My mother always used to say, there's many fishes in the sea, so he's got to find another guppy.
You found your fish.
I know, big whale back there.
Oh God.
Nice.
Well,
Very nice.
you're not a guppy.
I prefer to think myself as a dolphin.
Oh, please.
Oh, please.
A dolphin has a slimmer body than
No, it doesn't.
Well, it's not bad.
Oh,
Well, look at your middle part.
oh.
Well, my middle part too. I'm Mrs. Whale, so we
You're
match.
so nice to me. You're so
We
nice
match,
to him.
Mr. and Mrs. Whale.
So mental when you say that.
I'll include myself. I don't think I'm the dolphin type. Dolphins are very graceful. I guess so are whales. I guess to be a fish, you have to be graceful. Hope you understand.
Wow.
Or you sink to the bottom.
I mean, you know, how graceful can a 200-ton creature be?
Squirting
He
us.
went wild whale
What
watching.
his? What do they call it? That blowhorn?
Blowhole.
What is it when it blows the water in the
Blowhole.
The blowhole, and the water went up and it got all wet on us. Remember the blowhole?
Yeah.
That's how close we were to the whale. It was something to see. They were majestic, big. Boy, were they big.
Remember the blow.
That's all I remember. Us getting wet and it squirting all over the place.
Way better than whale snots.
Oh,
It's not snot, it's water.
Over there is the grave that we're going to be at. When I already bought my plot and my husband's plot, we already have our names there with our dates. that
Yeah,
we
they
were
already
born.
bought their gravestone.
Right.
And they're
It's
probably not
underneath-
gonna die for like
It's
10
underneath
years.
Christ's cross with the children, and our graves are right below the cross, and it's underneath this beautiful tree, so that when my grandchildren come and place flowers, they have a nice place to talk to me. So I made sure that I got it at the end of our street, because when I die or he dies, we can walk down the hill and say hello to each other.
That's presuming we can still walk down there.
Yeah, we'll try to walk down the hill if we can. If not, we'll drive down. If not, we'll just use our motorized wheelchairs.